guys, welcome to this video. So this video is very special to me and you will know why. So in this video I will talk about the Journal of Young Physicists, and I'm sure not all of you are aware of this, of what this is all about, but maybe some of you are. You see, because usually I don't talk a lot about the JYP on this YouTube channel. So what is the JYP? The Journal of Young Physicists is an online platform. It's a completely online platform where young students can publish their physics articles. I mean, they can submit their physics articles for review, and we have a team of again made up of young students who review the article, run it through a plagiarism check, AI check, and everything, and then if and just a manual check as well. And if it's okay, we just perform slight modifications and publish the article. So I founded this platform, this organization, exactly 5 years from this date, on 1st July 2020. And on 1st July 2020, I was just a class 11, grade 11 student, a high school student. And now when I think of that period of time in my life, I sometimes even in myself I'm surprised that uh, why did I like how could I do this all of a sudden? Why did not the question of whether I have qualification to do this question, like whether I'm just a high school student, I'm not a physicist, I don't even have a master's in physics, leave alone a PhD or anything. So who gave me the authority to just open a platform like this? I mean, this question thankfully did not cross my mind then, because if it did, maybe there would be no JYP today. And let me be very frank with you, very honest with you. The initial days were really tough, and I'm not saying this just because it sounds very dramatic or anything, but initial days were really tough. I literally had to, like, see, it was kind of like a wild idea I suddenly had, and I just without thinking long term, I just implemented the idea. Although it turned out, I mean, things worked out in the end, so I'm glad I did. But yeah, initial days looked very dark. So of course, I am just a high school student. Maybe I have published a few articles and done a few stuff, but I was like, I mean, who will like trust me if I say that I have opened a journal where you can publish your physics article? Why should they trust my journal rather than already there are so many options out there? I understand my journal was specifically pitched towards high school and undergraduate students for the young people. But even then, there are a lot of other more reputed, more like more official journals even for that age group, other than the JYP. So in the initial days, I literally had to beg people to submit, like even if you can submit like a small review article, or not even a review article, like a small blog or opinion piece, at least something I needed to keep the platform going, to keep the website alive, to keep the inter organization, to keep the company alive. It's not a company; it's a non-profit. It's actually a not-for-profit organization. We don't charge any fees from our authors for publication and for review. See, we initially we review the article, and we don't usually reject articles very often. I mean, we try not to. In some cases, we receive very kind of very obviously like public submissions which are obviously not serious, like maybe 40% plagiarized or something. So plagiarism we do not tolerate. Plagiarism cannot be tolerated. If you're copying someone else's work without citing them and kind of putting it forward as your original work, that is not acceptable. As for AI generated content, again, if an article is, let's say, 80% AI generated, if I run the AI check, the that is again not acceptable. But yeah, for the AI case, we are a bit less strict, because if even if an article is, let's say, 20% AI generated, I think we at the JYP believe that it's easier to, it's I think we should in that case rephrase those parts and publish the article rather than reject it altogether, because the whole point of JYP is to popularize physics and foster the growth of young physicists, to motivate the younger generation to explore physics. So if we reject their articles, they will feel sad, they will feel demotivated. Because this is mainly for undergraduate and high school students, not for professional PhD holders or researchers or postdocs or professors or anything, right? So that was the thing. Now, in the initial days of the JYP, I literally had to reach out to people personally and beg them to like submit an article, maybe one page, two page, please, whenever you have time. And what I got in return was there were a few people who were polite and said that it's not possible now. Only one or two, I think, actually submitted an article. I'm really thankful to them. They were the initial, like our first authors, and without them, we would not be where we are today. But most of the time, what we received in reply was what I received in reply, because initially we didn't have an official team and everything. I was the kind of the one who founded the organization, and had to like kind of, it was very felt very embarrassing, to be honest. But people were like, "Who are you? I don't even know you, and you are nobody. Like, you are just a high school student. Why should I believe you when you say you have opened a platform, and why should I submit an article?" And this is still polite. Some people even went like, I mean, I had to endure even much worse kind of insult, if I put it that way, in the initial days. And at some point of time, even I kind of questioned my decision whether it was right to like take this path all of a sudden, because after all, I am not an expert. I have no expertise at all in these areas. I have worked in the Young Scientist Journal. It's a peer-reviewed international journal based in the England and Wales, based in the UK, and I do have had some basic ideas. But after all, I was a high school student and I was not an expert in any of this scientific writing, publishing, editing, or even these journals and all the legal formalities of running a not-for-profit organization and everything. But I still, like kept going, because of course I have officially founded an organization, and at least some people know it. It has an online presence. No matter how small, it still has an official website, and also I cannot like kind of dissolve the organization, because by that time we had, I think, 4 or 5 publications, which is very embarrassingly less number. But at least those publications were the articles were of different people, so I cannot suddenly delete the article and delete the entire organization. So I had to keep going. I just hope we would improve, but improvement was not apparent in the initial days. In the initial first 2 years, I would say first 2 entire years, first 2 full years, and then suddenly, not suddenly, but I think then gradually we took upward trend. Okay, in with regards to the number of members, number of people applying to join our team, number of articles we were receiving, and also most importantly, the quality of the articles, right? So if you go to our website, we have a website. Our website is at journalofyoungphysicists.org. I'll of course give all the links in the description. And if you want to contact us for any kind of queries, or if you want to submit your article to us, you can do that on our email, journalofyoungphysicists@gmail.com. Now, if you want to submit an article, we would we would request you to do that via our website, because we have a dedicated submission form and on the website. And you can also do it using our email. But if you use the submission from the website, we have a official record. Our system keeps a record of the submission, so it makes things a bit easier for us. Otherwise, there is no difference. And I mean, we have today, I think we have 12 or 13 categories under which we publish articles. I mean, of course, an article can be published under more than one category, but I mean, we have categories like theoretical physics, experimental physics, cosmology and astrophysics, quantum mechanics, quantum gravity, complexity, high energy physics. I mean, we don't have a separately high energy physics. I think it's. We have a lot of, and then medical physics. So recently, we are getting a lot of submissions regarding nonlinear dynamics and medical physics, and very interesting and diverse topics, which actually show the interdisciplinary nature of physics. Physics is not just about the conventional theoretical quantum physics or astrophysics. No, initially we received a lot of articles about astrophysics, satellites, quantum gravity, quantum mechanics. Even I contributed a few articles in the initial days. I mean, I kind of had to, otherwise, to keep things running. Now we have a steady flow of submissions, and we have to reject a couple of articles at times, because, like I said, some articles which are obviously, some submissions we receive, they are obviously not very serious. Not very serious in the sense, maybe over 40% plagiarized, or some even like not worth publishing. But if the article, I mean, if we see that the author's thoughts are original and the author has given some effort, we try not to reject the article. Like I said, our point is to motivate the younger generation, so we try to polish the article and make it fit for publication. That's why we have a team of editors, right? So yeah, today we have over 90 published articles, and if you check our recent publications for the last 2 years or so, I mean, from 2024 and 2025 so far, you'll see that the level of submissions we're receiving, it's not just a review article or a blog or opinion piece, or just a very like those kind of articles we used to get during our initial days. Nowadays we're receiving pretty high quality articles, original project works by high school students and all, and very diverse topics. Recently there was an article on using AI to generate a robot for therapy, like mental health therapy kind of thing. There was an article on monitoring the health of coral reefs, and using all these bioacoustics and all this stuff. Then there was an article on mathematical modeling of heart blockages in the artery of the human heart. I mean, these are the interesting and interdisciplinary topics. That's why I'm mentioning this. We also have a lot of conventional articles on the conventional areas of physics. I mean, you can check our website if you're interested. That would be really great. So I mean, the point is that, so today is the 5th anniversary of the JYP. The JYP is officially 5 years old today. And as I look back at these 5 years, so today we have a team of over 30 young students from all over the world, from over 7 countries in the world. Today we have published over 90 physics articles, like interdisciplinary articles, mostly on physics, research articles, review articles, and some even like magazine articles or like opinion pieces or something. So, and we have like thousands of unique monthly site visitors on our website. We have more than 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is the only social platform we use. We are not in Instagram or even YouTube. We don't have a separate YouTube channel. I mean, we actually have plans to open a YouTube channel in the future, but yeah, as of now, we don't have a separate YouTube channel of our own. I mean, the Journal of Young Physicists doesn't have any YouTube presence or any social media presence apart from LinkedIn. So yeah, so this has been a very great journey, and today I'm really honored and really grateful to all of you because it's I just opened the platform. I just believed that physics was a little underrepresented. There were a lot of journals, official better journals than the JYP for young students. I'm not comparing the JYP with the actual professional peer-reviewed journals like Nature, Springer, of course not. But even in at our level, there are a lot of better journals, I believe. But what I found was that most of those journals were science journals. The focus was on science as a whole, and on further examination, at least what I found was that the focus was more on, even within science, the focus was more on medical sciences, biology. I mean, physics as a whole, I felt was underrepresented, and I felt there was a need, or maybe not a pressing need, but I felt it would be good to have a platform solely for physics articles. Just so that we could also popularize physics and at the same time foster the growth of young physicists, motivate young physicists to submit their articles to us, and get their articles reviewed by a member of our team for free. And if the article passes the review, then get it published on a platform. And of course, it's a totally not-for-profit organization. We don't charge any kind of fees for publication, or even for reviewing. I mean, there is no money involved at any process or anywhere in this entire organization. It's entirely not-for-profit. Yeah, we do need some money to host our website, but that I take care of. I mean, that's not a huge amount. And I mean, we don't charge our authors or our team. I mean, there is no hidden cost. There is no cost involved. That is the model of JEB. It's totally not for profit organization. And more importantly, we don't even accept donations. I mean, we could accept donations because that's I mean, if somebody I mean, if somebody agrees to donate to us, then there's no mistake in taking money, because after all, we do need a little bit of money to website maintenance and everything, but we don't even accept donations. I mean, even if you want to donate to us, you cannot, because we don't accept donations, and we hope we never will have to, because that is against our that is against our model. The JYP is a very simple model. The model is very simple. You submit your article, we review it, we give you feedback if it's not published, and if it's published, it's published. And today we have a better reach, not a very good reach, but compared to how we started, where we started, today we have a very good reach. People will read your article, and it will get an international exposure. And if you're a high school student, this is the best you can ask for, maybe, because high school students, they cannot really submit to the top journals like Nature and all. And otherwise, there are some journals which are not, I mean, predatory journals, which we call. But predatory journals will charge you a lot of money for publication, and they don't usually have a very good academic reputation. So publishing in those kind of predatory journals, I think it's better to publish in a free open source platform like JYP rather than the predatory journal. Now, the JYP is not really entirely open science because there is a peer review process, but the process is not very lengthy or very much, it takes very less time usually if the author cooperates and makes the changes. Our editor usually goes through the article, passes it through a basic plagiarism check and AI check. We just check if the article is copied from somewhere of it, or if it's written using AI, what percentage of it is written using AI. And after those basic checks, the formalities, the editor goes through the article manually and sees for factual accuracy, and the editor might make a few suggestions on the article. So we usually ask the authors to submit articles as a Google document, but we also accept submissions. LaTeX, you can share LaTeX. If you have written an article using LaTeX, you can share an overleaf document. You can even share a PDF. You can share a MS Word document. But anyway, either way, we insert our editors insert some comments on your article, and you are asked to review the comments and make the necessary changes. And if you don't want to make a change, make one particular change, please reply to the comment that why you think this comment is not necessary, and the editor will get back to you. So once everything is edited, polished, and resolved, then we publish it on our website. That's a very simple process. It's not nothing technical, not a very complicated procedure. To the best of my knowledge, I mean, in my view, it's not a very complicated procedure. Although some people say that the review process takes a bit long. Usually, it doesn't take a bit very long. Maximum say 1 to 1.5 months. But I mean, you have to wait a bit. But the JYP, the model of JYP, the JYP is actually a very we actually support open science. That's why you will see, if you look at on our website, although most of the recent articles, latest articles that we have published, they're very scientifically accurate. I mean, all of our articles are scientifically accurate, but the latest articles are like more data driven and more like output driven, like specific scientific problems. But we also occasionally publish a couple of articles which are scientifically accurate but not really specific results. Like they don't have any specific results, but it's more a little bit towards the theoretical side or abstract side, or for one or two articles even towards the more speculative side. So even though there is a peer review, we are not very strict because we believe in open science. We believe that everyone has a right to get the article published in an international platform that is accessed by people all around the world. Until and unless the article is totally unacceptable, we don't think, I mean, we usually accept the articles. Of course, we make some minor corrections as required, of course, but we try not to reject it until and unless absolutely required. So that is the model of JYP, and as I already told you, the JYP is all about fostering the growth of young physicists. It's not about demotivating physicists, and it's not about maintaining false standards by rejecting articles unnecessarily. So yes, I feel really happy that the JYP is 5 years old today. We have continued a journey for 5 years, and not only that, we have improved significantly over the last 2 years. So that means a lot to me as founder. And let me tell this very clearly that the JYP, the Journal of Young Physicists, would not be where it is today without the support of you guys. And by you guys, I mean our readers, our authors, our contributors, as well as our team members, our reviewers, our editors. All of you, I don't want to go into who is more important, but I think it's an integrated system. The journal, if there are no readers but we have very good authors and very good editors, then who is the journal for? On the other hand, if there are no authors but we have readers and editors, then we won't even get any submissions. There is nobody to write the articles for us. And if you have no editors, well, arguably we could still run the journal, but then that would undermine the quality of the journal definitely. So all three of these kind of these groups of people, they are crucial for the functioning of the JYP. So before I end this video, let me finally talk about some future plans of the JYP, which I think I should kind of publicly announce as the founder, since we don't have a separate platform, a separate YouTube channel of JYP. Of course, we have our our LinkedIn account, and we have over 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. We share occasional updates on LinkedIn as well, whenever we publish a new article or in case of some announcements. But yeah, let me share this with you guys, since I am making a video on the special occasion of the 5th anniversary of the JYP. Right. So, see, in the future, the JYP, we are planning uh, focusing more on the underprivileged and underrepresented students, especially from third world countries and all. I mean, because these students, they are in the most need of a platform where they can publish their articles, and at least they need a platform for their voices to be heard internationally, for their work to be seen or read by people all over the world. Now I personally believe, and not just believe, I have seen this. I have interacted with a lot of students from around the world as part of my roles in the Young Scientist Journal or even the JYP, and even in just unofficially. There are a lot of talented people in these countries, Africa, for instance, India, and many more, many even poorer countries which are going through a lot of turbulent times. But it's not like they are not educated. They have a lot of education. I mean, they have some of them. They are very much talented and they have done some original work. Maybe they have a very good insights, but they don't even know that there is a platform like JYP waiting for them out there, which will publish their articles but not charge them a single like not charge them any money at all. So the outreach part, I think, is a bit lacking in JYP. Although we are getting a good, I mean, academically editorial, I mean, the editing portion, the number of submissions or the quality of submissions, the website maintenance and everything, the number of visitors, I think it's all pretty good, well maintained. But on the outreach side, I think the JYP is still a bit lacking, and that is where we plan to work on, because we need the news of JYP to reach to people all over the world so that we can serve our purpose better, and like publish the articles of underprivileged students and give them international exposure, give them a platform. So yeah, even if you're watching the video, I think you can just for if you have a 5 minutes or 10 minutes to spare, you can go to our website. The link is in the description, journalofyoungphysicists.org. You can go to our websites and check for yourself, and if you think it's worth spreading the word, you can also talk to your, just let your family know. If you have a son or a daughter who is interested in science, physics, or if you are yourself a student, you can talk to this among your friends and just spread the word. That's what, because outreach is most important. We don't accept donations. We are not in any urgent need of money, but we are in urgent need of more outreach, more visibility, not because of our self promotion or popularity, but because We want everybody to know that there is a platform like this. We want everybody to, come forward and contribute to physics, and we are just serving as a platform for their articles. We are not claiming any kind of responsibility, any kind of authority, or any kind of credit for doing this. Neither monetary credit nor even any other kind of credit. It's just a platform. Yeah, now, yeah, compared to 2020, today the JYP is more widely recognized. We have many more site visitors. We have a lot of articles. We publish a lot of articles. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we are just a platform. It's the authors who, and yeah, we have a team who, kind of slightly edit the articles. But apart from that, it's the articles that we publish. They belong to the authors who have written them. They are the ultimate, you know, we just serve as a kind of a platform, nothing more than that. So yeah, the JYP, you can we if you go to our website, you see our motto is joining you with physics. The JYP stands for the Journal of Young Physicists, but you can also think of it like this: JYP, joining you with physics. So JYP, joining, J for joining, Y for you, and then with, P for physics. So that is the whole point of JYP, joining you with physics. And this works like on two different kind of levels, you could say. One is see, if an author, if a young student, high school or undergraduate publishes, gets their article published with us, it's natural for that student to feel a bit happy and like, oh, okay, so I have published my article, and shared the article with his friends, with his teachers and all. So this is this way. This if it's a very good article, and of course it's a good article. Otherwise, we would not have published it in the first place. So that means automatically a lot of other students are getting exposure to that article. They're reading the article and they are getting this mindset that somebody of my age wrote this article. So why can't I do the same? And once you think that, then more people will come forward. So one thing is popularizing physics among the young students, and not just young students. Our website is a free website. Anybody can, if you have an internet connection, anybody can visit our website and read our articles. So even the older students can, or even a common people, a layman, or a physicist, even a physicist, old professional physicist, a professor, faculty member, or anything, even they can read our articles, because some of our articles are pretty advanced, and you need a lot of technical knowledge to. Although it's called Journal of Young Physicists, recently we're receiving very advanced publications, and some publications are maybe, if I put it very honestly, maybe one or two articles are not really like undergraduate level, or even not at all high school level, and not even undergraduate level. So yeah, I mean, we do have something for everyone, whether you are a physics professor or a physics student, or even just an ordinary people. I mean, that's the point. We have always maintained this kind of diversity, and even within topics, like any kind of, we have some articles which are not even directly linked with physics. They are more computational and all, but they are real work done by a high school student. So why shouldn't we publish it? It's about physics, but maybe not the conventional physics which we understand, like anything. Monitoring coral reefs using bioacoustics. Now you may say that this is just a problem of natural resources, environmental science, not natural resources. It's a problem of environmental science, biodiversity, and using some bioacoustics and mathematical models too. But what has physics got to do with it? Yeah, physics has got nothing to do with this directly. But if you think about it, bioacoustics is actually a branch, not a branch, but it's actually studied using physics. Almost everything around you is studied using physics. So the JYP is always not very constraining. It's always free to new ideas, open to new ideas, and we always explore our authors, our team members, and even our readers, the people who visit our website. Our email, our contact form is public. You can always contact us if you have any suggestions for us, or if you have any for any kind of thing. So yeah, so one thing we are planning to do in the future, in the near future, is with more focus on the underprivileged children, especially in the third world countries. What I mean by this more focus is that organizing online programs, online maybe writing competitions or something to to increase to boost popularity, contacting with some students in these countries, and and asking them to spread the word. Maybe they will act as student ambassadors of the JYP for their particular locality or region or country, and we can ask them to spread the word. These are the few things we have in. I mean, I'm not going to share everything with you, because this is very at the very kind of very preliminary stage. So it's not, nothing is yet, like I will not like make an official announcement, but yeah, I just want to give you an idea of what are our future plans now that we're already 5 years old, and at least now we're a serious organization. So yeah, apart from this outreach and the underprivileged children students part, the JYP is also. I mean, we are planning. I'm not sure if this will be implemented. How soon this will be implemented, but of course this will be implemented in due course of time. We are planning kind of interview series with famous physicists, not famous, but like physicists who are working on frontiers of physics, all branches: biophysics, complexity, nonlinear dynamics, quantum mechanics, foundational physics problems, theoretical physics, whatever, all branches. Apart from that, the JYP, we are also kind of if I'm being very honest, there is a kind of problem in the way articles are being assigned to the editors. We receive a lot of submissions, and a small portion of only a few members of our team are in charge of allotting the or assigning the articles, and this is usually done based on interest. If some of our editors have chosen their interest as quantum mechanics, and if you receive an article on quantum mechanics, then of course we would like prioritize that particular editor for that article, assign the article to that particular editor. But of course this is not the only factor, because we try to ensure an equal distribution, like all the editors get a chance, and it's not always possible to assign articles based on interest of the editors, because we receive depends on what topics are the authors writing on, right? So yeah, but the point is, I think there is some especially if you're a team member of JYP, you can relate with this. But yeah, let me put it this way: there is some confusion in the way the articles are being assigned. So we want to make this process more transparent, and we have a workspace in Slack, but it's very inactive, kind of dead almost. So we want to move to a different workspace. We want to move to a, could be Microsoft Teams, could be Discord, whatever. That is not the important part, but we want to make things more transparent within our team, and make things more organized, and move to a different workspace. That is also within our short term like near future plans. Organizing online competitions, outreach events, popularizing physics more. So, and interviewing physicists and publishing we have already published a couple of interviews on the JYP. I have interviewed Paul Halpern, who is a very popular writer, physics writer, science writer. He has written a lot of books, popular science books in physics. You can check it out. I have interviewed John Horgan, the famous science journalist who wrote a book on the end of science. I've interviewed Leonard Lordenow. So Leonard Lordenow is the one who was the co-author of A Briefer History of Time, which is a book with Stephen Hawking. So yeah, the point is we plan to do more of this in the future, in the near future actually. So these are the few we also have a couple of more plans and stuff going on, but most importantly we want to make things more transparent within our team, and we want to and yeah, what I think I'll not share everything in this video. The point of this video was to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the JYP, and kind of thank you guys for your support, and also to talk a bit about the JYP, because I have not talked about the JYP a lot in this YouTube channel, as I already told you in the beginning. So why not make a video about it? Right. This is also kind of outreach, spreading the word. So the JYP is really in need of more outreach, so that we can reach out to more students. We're not in need of more money or more popularity. I mean, popularity in the sense, yeah, outreach is also kind of popularity. But yeah, I think you get what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to convey. So yeah, I think that's all for this video, and the JYP is always open to feedback, because see, at the end of the day, we are our entire team is run by a group of young students. So of course at times we might do things wrong, or at least we might do things in a way which is probably not the best possible way. So we are always looking for feedback. If you're a reader, if you're just a random visitor on our website, if you're a contributor, you can always contact us. And if you want to contact us anonymously, we will put out an anonymous feedback form very soon. We did this once before in 2023, I think. We'll do this again in 2025. I mean, like in the near future, we'll do this. So just keep an eye on our website. And also, if you're on LinkedIn, you can also follow us on LinkedIn. Just to keep updated with all our updates and everything. So that's what we're planning. We're always open to feedback, constructive criticism and feedback. Apart from that, yeah. So I think that's all for this video. Now, one last point I would like to discuss, and this is a bit personal. This is not only about the JYP, but yeah. So the point is, see. JYP, I founded this organization 5 years back, so I am the founder. I will always be the founder even after I die. I mean, the founder doesn't change. The CEO of a company is just a position. It changes. I mean, today I can be the CEO, tomorrow somebody else will take my place. But founder is always founder. Now, I want to make it clear that I am just the founder, but I do not hold any special power or even any special kind of authority within the team, because we have a international team of like a lot of members, but most of them are inactive currently. But even if I take the active members, it's nearly 30 members from over 7 countries. That's an international team, and although we'll make things more transparent, but Being the founder doesn't make me special, even not even within this particular organization. My aim was to open a platform, just open a platform for young students to publish their physics articles. Now you may ask me why did I do this? Decide to do this in 2020 when I was a class 11 student, just a high school student, not even a high school graduate. Uh, not even like before even I entered college. Why did I decide to do it back then? Well, I mean, maybe I should have wait. I should have kind of waited a bit, and at least I should have patiently waited until I have a PhD or something, and then that would give this entire thing a more seriousness, more authority. You might ask it, and it's a very valid question actually. I'm not saying it's not a valid question. Now, but my answer is also, I believe, a valid answer. My response to you would be, in that case, my response to you would be, look, the JYP, or not just the JYP. When you have an idea which you're really passionate about, which is meaningful to you, maybe the idea is not very feasible idea, or maybe the idea will not always lead you to success, but the idea means a lot to you. It's a special to you. It's meaningful to you. Then I think you either need to implement the idea then and there, or you need to forget about it altogether. Think about it. Let's say you have a baby, just a newborn baby, but you don't have enough money to feed the baby, or like ensure adequate access to healthcare or shelter, whatever. So let's say you say that, okay, this is my son, he's very young. Okay, so let me just focus on my career for the next 10 years so that I can make enough money. For the next 10 years I will just wait. I will not take care of my baby. After 10 years, when I'll have enough money, I will come back and take care of the baby. So just a thought experiment. Might sound a bit kind of bit I don't know, bit unusual or anything, but just take it as a thought experiment, nothing more than that. So in that case, let's say you just focus on your career, on your job for the next 10 years. You don't even take a look at your baby. Nobody, neither you, assuming the baby has a mother, neither, of course the baby has a mother. So neither you nor your wife, take care of the baby. Let's assume for the 10 years, both of you are focusing on your career because you want to earn enough money so that you can support your baby after 10 years. But you don't even look at your baby for those 10 years. Leave alone taking care of the baby if it is sick, or feeding it or anything, nothing. Then after 10 years, when you have enough money, will the baby be alive? It will not be alive. Since you have created a baby, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of the baby from day one of its birth. Otherwise, it will not survive. Similarly, this JYP is kind of like a unofficially. It's kind of like like a birth of mine. I mean, I gave birth to it. I won't say it's my baby or anything, but I gave birth to it. So it's my responsibility to take care of it from day one. It's almost like my child. You can say, not a biological child, of course, but I don't have a biological child. I hope never to have one, but that's a different thing. But it's almost like a child of mine, the Journal of Young Physicists. I am not possessive of my child. I only founded this organization, but it's for everyone. I want my child to serve as a platform to popularize physics. That's all. But my point is, if you ask me why did I decide to open the journal when I was myself just a high school student, not with no qualifications and anything, my answer would be the idea came to me in 2020 on 1st July. On 30th June actually, but I finalized, like, the organization was officially into existence. The website was done at the basic level. I think it was on 1st July. So officially the date we started is 1st July. Although the idea maybe came to me on 29th or 30th, maybe 2 days earlier or something, 29th or 30th June 2020. Anyway, so my answer to this question, to your question, would be in that case that since the idea came to me back then, I had to implement the idea. Now, when I opened the journal, I was kind of in a dream. I was kind of in a frenzy. Okay, let me just do this. Let me just do this. But even I didn't expect, like, if I think about it deeply, back then, even unconsciously, even I didn't expect this to reach the level it has reached now. Yeah, I'm not saying we have billions of site visitors, we have thousands of publications, but at our level, the kind of audience we have actually grown a lot of submissions, and especially the quality of submissions. Over 90 original articles we have published from different authors, and we have a team, such a team from all over the world. I mean, this is beyond expectations, and this is all because of you guys. I'm really thankful to you guys for this. But my point is, when I opened the organization back in 2020, I didn't expect. I mean, I didn't assume that it would be successful. But even if it was a failure, maybe it would be a humiliation. It would be, but still, if I didn't open the organization back then when I had the idea, but waited for my PhD, I am 100% certain that after my PhD, this idea would not be in my head, or even if it was in my head, I would not be able to carry out this idea because stress and all, and not only because of stress. Like I said, if you have an idea, but if you don't nurture it, if you just bury the idea in the back of your mind and just focus on your career, on your studies, whatever, and you say that, okay, after I get a good job, I'll come back to the idea. By the time you get a good job and come back to the idea is already dead. Because you have to nurture the idea. Nurturing the idea means not just thinking about it. You have to actually work on the idea. Even if you may not be at the best position right now to work on the idea, you still have to work on the idea to keep it, just to keep it alive. Otherwise, the idea will die. Maybe a class 11, a high school student, being a class 11 student is not the best time in life to open a journal. I understand. But I still kept moving forward. Otherwise, the idea would be dead. There would be no Journal of Young Physicists. And I'm pretty sure the JYP has benefited a lot of students. Not everyone maybe, but or even not a very great number, but still a lot of, quite a few, lot of students. Right. So yeah, consider our physics so far. I have published a popular science book on physics. As some of you may know, it's called Our Physics So Far, and the subtitle is A Journey Through Space-Time, Consciousness, and the Fundamental Nature of Reality. It's not really a popular science book on physics. I think 70% of the book is about the journey of physics in a popular science style, like classical physics, quantum physics, all this relativity and theory of everything. But the other 30%, this is 70%. The other 30% is about the unconventional kind of exploring the big questions fundamentally using physics, science, and also some metaphysics and philosophy, like consciousness, complex systems, metaphysics, philosophy. It's just an exploration of the big questions. It's, yeah, mostly I think broadly we could say it's a popular science book on physics. So I published this book when I was in 2020. Yeah, it was the first edition came out in 2020. Although I released an updated version in 2022. That is the most updated version. But yeah, anyway, so then also I was just a class 11 student. I think class 12. I think it was in 2021. The book came out in 2021 or 2020. I just kind of, you can check it out on Amazon. The book is available for purchase on Amazon.com or also the country specific stores like Amazon.in if you're in India, Amazon.jp if you're in Japan, Amazon.germany. It's Amazon.co.uk. It's available everywhere. And also beyond Amazon, you can just, okay, maybe I'll also give the link to my book in the description. If you're interested, you can check it out, but only if you're interested. Now, so yeah, now you may also ask me that why did you publish a popular science book on physics? Being a high school student, I mean, you are of course not an authority on the subject. Yeah, even today I'm not an authority. Today, I mean, even after I will get my PhD maybe in 10 years time, hopefully, if things go as planned as I want. But even after 10 years, I will not be an authority. Nobody is an authority ever, especially in a field like science when it's all about exploration and all. Even a senior retired professor with even he is not cannot be strictly speaking not an authority on the subject, because even his views and his theories are subject to change, subject to scrutiny by the wider physics community, wider scientific community. So I published the book back then because that time I was thinking in a unique way, that I was trying to merge physics, philosophy, metaphysics, and everything together. Now I was a bit naive then because I was myself a high school student. I maybe didn't know about all the technical details maybe. So I'm not saying the book is very very advanced and everything, or there could even be one or two kind of counterintuitive claims in the book, or maybe not expressed properly in the book. I won't say errors because no, there are no errors. I've checked it, not in the updated edition at least. There were one or two errors in the first edition. That's why I released a new updated edition in 2022. But I'm pretty confident there is no obvious factual scientific error in the 2022 edition. But still, I have like put forward my views very unconventionally, in a very unorthodox fashion, bringing together everything, physics, metaphysics, philosophy. Now, whether this is right or wrong, I don't know. But my point was, since these ideas are coming to my mind, I should at least write it and publish it so that people can read it. Because I was pretty sure that once I entered college, all this pressure of the bachelor's and then masters and then PhD, all this pressure of this institutional pressure. Under that pressure, I will move more and more into technical physics, specialized physics. I will lose the ability to think about philosophy and metaphysics then. So this is my last chance. This is my one shot at writing a book like this. This is not a textbook. Of course, if it was a textbook, then a high school student cannot write a textbook in physics. For that, I need some formal training. I need a PhD. I think anyway, I need some formal training, higher education at least. But this is not a textbook. So I mean, why should I officially need a qualification to publish a popular science book? I don't think so. On the contrary, if I had waited, the book would not have come out the way it has. All these unique perspectives, and a lot of people have read the book. There are a lot of, I mean, it's not a bestseller, of course, but I think the book. I didn't expect even this number of copies of the books to be sold internationally, and occasionally I get mails from my readers. Some of them read the Kindle version, some of them also buy the paperback, the hard copy, And it's like by reading the book, they some of them also put forward some valid points. Like I think on that particular chapter this is a wrong, and I reply that yeah, you're right, that was my fault. And sometimes I get, most of the times I get actually appreciation, like this book changed the way I think about the world. Because yeah, I mean that might sound like a big statement, but there are a few things in the book which are really very unique, very new. I mean, at least I have explored a lot, but I have not encountered similar ideas in other books. I mean, I won't say they are my ideas, but they're definitely very unique kind of things. And there was even one author, one reader of mine, I remember, who emailed me that your book I was kind of confused whether to study physics or chemistry in college, but your book kind of convinced me to explore physics. And I was like, oh my god! I mean, this is the success of an author like me, because I'm not a professional author. So the best selling, that is not the most important part to me, because I'm just an amateur author, not a professional author. But when I receive emails like this, I mean, what else? What more do I want? Even this I did not expect when I first wrote the book. It was just publish the book so that if anybody wants, they can read it, and also just a mental piece that I have at least documented these strange and like non-conventional ideas, which probably I'll not be able to spend time on once I enter. And that is what actually happened. See, in college, once I entered college, I did a lot of stuff, but mostly those were research fellowships, internships, technical stuff. I really didn't get the chance to think broadly and write a popular science book. It's not possible. College is hectic. A physics course undergraduate in any college is a very demanding course, and then master's, PhD. I mean, it's and slowly these ideas will die. But at least I've documented this. So that would be my answer. That's why whenever an idea comes to you, even if you feel that this is a big idea, you cannot take care of it, you are too young for this, you don't have qualification, just start working on it. Even if you might be young or naive, start working on it. If it leads to nowhere, it's fine. You still keep trying with other ideas. That's how you succeed. And if it leads to somewhere, just be consistent. You will not become successful overnight. But my point is, if the idea really means something to you, if it matters to you, then I think you should not wait, because waiting means kind of killing the idea. The same goes with the JYP. So finally, yeah, once again, thank you so much to each and everyone for supporting the JYP. By reading, by visiting our website, by spreading the word among your network, by contributing articles to us, or by joining our team and reviewing articles or contributing articles as well. Some of our team members also contribute their own articles. Of course, those articles are reviewed by some other team member. You cannot review your own article, obviously. So I'm thankful to all of you, because whatever we have been able to achieve in these 5 years, it's because of you. It's totally because of you. Totally because of your support. So thank you so much for that. I'm really thankful to you. Really thankful to you, and I really hope that you will always stand beside us. You will always stand with the Journal of Young Physicists. You will always stand with the JYP, and let us do our part for physics and for young physicists. The JYP is all about physics as well as young physicists. The Journal of Young Physicists. So as we remain firm in our commitment to popularize physics and uh, foster the growth of young physicists, and our not-for-profit model, we're not charging anything, not accepting donations, and as we also remain firm in our resolution and our intention to join you with physics. That's our motto, joining you with physics. We also sincerely hope, we also sincerely request you to also do your small part in whatever ways you can for us. I don't mean, of course, monetary donations or monetary contributions. I mean spread the word among your network, and also if you're a student physics enthusiast, consider joining us or consider contributing your articles to us, because authors like you are the ones who keep the journal going, who keep the wheels of the journal rolling. There is no JYP without authors, without you authors. So we owe it all to you. So with that, once again, JYP is not a living, a conscious being, but still, happy birthday JYP, happy birthday Journal of Young Physicists. I'm so proud of you that you are 5 years old now, and much more to come in the future. Thank you so much, guys.